Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading. I'm going to use my Tarot Grand Lux. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, please feel free to check out the links down below. Also, as always, take what resonates, leave what does not. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. All right, the conflict. Four of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Queen of Swords. What do you need to look at? We have the Seven of Cups, we have the Knight of Swords, and we have the Eight of Pentacles. Future energies, we have the Five of Swords, we have the King of Cups, and we have the King of Swords. And overall energy, we have the Eight of Wands heading right towards you. There's something that is heading towards you that is coming in for you. All right, so we have the conflict. I feel like you're trying to decide what to do in a situation, and you're trying to decide what action is best for you. You're having trouble figuring out the best way to handle a situation. I feel that there's some sort of conflict going on around you, and you're trying to figure out, like, you feel like things are coming at you. I feel like you feel like things are coming towards you, like you're being overwhelmed with all of these things, and I feel like you can't take a breath of air, like you feel like these things are coming at you, and you're trying to figure out the best way to handle this, the best way to deal with this, the best, you know, because I feel like it's almost causing you to shut down and to back away. And I just feel like this feeling of overwhelming energy. And I'm looking at this peacock, I was thinking, like, you're trying to figure out what is the best way for you to come out on top from this situation, for you to come out the least unscathed. What option is going to be best for you? What you need to look at, we have the Seven of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and I feel like there's other opportunities. There's opportunities for you to see things differently. I feel like there's other ways to, I almost feel like you feel like it only can happen one way, but I feel like there's other ways to find resolutions or solutions. Like, put your thinking cap on. Like putting your thinking cap on. That's kind of what I was feeling with Knight of Swords and like these two. It's like put your, and all of this energy, I feel like it's putting your thinking cap on and kind of see things. Like, don't feel like there's only one way to resolve this situation. I feel like there's other ways to resolve this situation. I feel like this is very powerful energy right here with these two kings here, with this energy that wants to come in for you. And it's like putting on your crown, right, and your power cap and your power hat, and then kind of putting your foot down and saying, okay, this is how it's going to be. I almost feel like you're in a situation where you're really not sticking up for yourself, and you're not saying that how or what your needs are that need to be met in the situation. And I feel like you kind of come to that realization is that you have to put your foot down. Like, with this card here, I'm like, you have to put your foot down. And then with these two Kings cards, I feel like it's kind of realizing that I feel like this is your heart and your head, but I feel like these two things are going to line up for you. And it's going to, you know in your heart that you're making the right decision, and you know in your head that you're making the right decision, and that you need to put your foot down, and that there are some things that you need to cut out, and there's some things that you need to deal with. But it's like getting yourself to this point. I feel like that's what your struggle is trying to get yourself to this point. And you're like, well, here I am over here, and how do I get over here? And this is kind of in the middle. But I feel like you're only seeing this with a one-track mind, and that there's different ways to achieve this. It's kind of seeing things differently. Because maybe you like have these blinders on, or it's always been like a certain way on how things have to be handled. But I feel like there's different ways. Queen of Swords, King of Wands, Nine of Wands, and Six of Wands. And then we have the Star. Hope and guidance and direction. And I almost feel like it's a head-to-head battle, right? With this Queen of Swords who's looking right at this King of Wands, and they're both kind of looking at head-to-head. I feel like you're worried about butting heads, right? Are you worried about confrontation? That you don't want to have a confrontation? I mean, nobody wants to have confrontation. But sometimes it gets to the point where something has to happen, like something has to change, the pressure has to be relieved. And then I feel like you're worried about this, and you're like, how do I move on from that? But I also feel like you realize when you have this head-to-head confrontation that it gives this sense of relief and hope for a resolution and guidance. I feel like you're just struggling with things. I feel like you're really struggling. And I feel like, you don't want to have this confrontation, which I don't blame you. But I feel like it's kind of, like I said, bubbled. It's come to the surface. It's come to a head, and like it has to be dealt with. And I feel like it's causing you a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress. It's almost like the situation has taken control of you, and I feel like you have to take control of the situation. And be in this power position, right, with these two kings here. And that's what I said over here, is that realization of like, okay, this situation has gone on long enough, and that I've let this situation take control of me, and it's starting to affect me in different areas of my life, and it's starting to put me into this Nine of Swords energy, and so I have to relieve that. I have to let that go. And sometimes it's really hard to realize that, and sometimes it's like, you don't want to deal with it, but it's almost like you have to. Of course, I'm not telling you what you have to do, but you have to do what is best for you. But for this reading, that's what I'm feeling like. It's this conflict, head to head here, right? The battle of wills, or this struggle that you're going through, that it's definitely worrying you. And I feel like you kind of just want to walk away and not deal with it, but I feel like it's something that I feel will constantly be nagging at you, right? I mean, if that's the best choice for you, that's what you need to do. But I kind of feel like it's never going to be resolved, and it's always going to be this little seed or this little thorn in your side until you work through it, and then you close that door, and then you move on, however that represents to you, however that closing that door represents to you. All right, let's grab a energy oracle for this reading and this conflict with... All right, let's just go with those, I guess, right? We have second chakra, which is the sacral chakra, which is your self-expression, expressing yourself. That's what I feel here. That's what's being held back. And I feel like this archangel is here to say that it's time to express yourself and your feelings, and that the way that you feel is to validate that, and that don't lessen your thoughts or your feelings. Don't put that behind, right? Don't feel that it's less than, because if it's something that is important to you, and it's something how you feel, then you should be able, that's important to you, and that's how that person should understand that. We have woman holding a heart, right? That's something that you love, something that is important to you. And then we have indecision, like you're in this crossroads right here. This indecision, like which direction are you going to go in? So this card here is kind of peeking through. So we have the Ten of Cups. Look at that. The Ten of Cups was peeking through, like it was underneath that Star card. And even though this is something that is not pleasant to have to deal with, and is putting you in this Nine of Swords, I feel like it's something that you're definitely going to learn from, and it's going to help you to grow. And I feel like it's going to bring this 10 of Cups in for you. Like it's like, you know, when there's the storm and you're going through that and you're worried about that and you're like, well, what's going to happen and all of that, and then the storm passes and then the sun comes out and it's a beautiful day. So I feel like that's what this was, is it was peeking through, like the sun is peeking through. And I feel like, again, with this 8 of Wands and that sun coming through, I feel like there's positive energy that is trying to come through for you. Sorry, I always get the hiccups when I do readings. That energy is trying to come through for you, but you have to get through kind of the storm first, right? This right here. All right, let's grab Animal Oracle. I kind of feel like these two. So we have watch your words and time to heal. Yeah, time to heal. It's time for you to heal. I feel like watch your words. Watch your words, I feel, represents is that when you have this confrontation, like I feel like this, or this, not confrontation, but when you have this face-to-face, whatever this represents to you, whether it's you recognizing things within yourself or it's actually having a conversation with someone else, I feel like when it says with your words, I feel like make sure that you take that time to yourself to really express yourself in a way that you feel, because sometimes when we have that first reaction, we kind of say things and then afterwards we're like, well, I should have said this and I wish I had said that. I feel like take that time to sort through your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings, and what it is that you truly want to say and how you want to express yourself first. Make sure that you're clear with that, with your words. And sometimes, for me, I know it takes me, if it's something that's really important, sometimes it'll take me a few days to a week. And I'll write things down and I'll rewrite and I'll rethink and I'll cross things out and I'll redo things, because I'm like, I want to be able that in this moment when I have this moment, that I want to make sure that I am getting out everything, I'm talking about everything that I want to say, that I'm expressing everything that I want to say. And because when you have time to figure that out, then you're not just reacting and you don't want to say anything that you're going to regret later. And I feel like with this, it's about making sure that you're clear and you are expressing yourself exactly how you feel. And I feel that this situation of you, even if you don't, it's not looking for the response from the other person, it's the fact that you're able to release your words and you're able to express yourself and how you're feeling, and your truth, and that's what it's about. It's not necessarily how that other person reacts, it's that you've released this pent up frustration that you've had and that you're healing yourself from that. Obviously, whatever their response is, you move on from that, or if there's no response, then that's your answer there, and then you move on from that. But I feel like looking at it as it's a way for you to release and to let go from this situation that has put you in this energy, right? And I feel like it's loving yourself enough to know that this is a situation that you want to deal with so that you can get to this 10 of Cups. All right, thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.